My name is Bill Dewhurst. I teach Comms 175, or DIGI 175, excuse me, um, fundamentals of editing, and I also teach DIGI 483, which is advanced video production. I grew up in church. My dad was a deacon, and we were very involved with church every time it was open, and even if it wasn't open, we were there. Um, and so I grew up in the church. I knew a lot of things up here, didn't necessarily know it here. And so when I was about 12, I was at a camp, and an individual was explaining to me the crucifixion in some serious detail. And at that point, I just realized what God and Jesus, what Jesus did for me. And the fact that he did that for me, knowing who I was, I just couldn't help but accept him and to follow him. So that was pretty much the start of everything. But as a lot of people do, they usually have some sort of rebellious period. Mine went on for almost 20 years. And so between school and work and the Army, I was involved with a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have been involved with. And so what ended up really kind of bringing things back was dealing with me, dealing with people. And I mean that in a way that I got to the point where I realized that people were more important than things. And at some point, I woke up to the fact that I needed to take care of my family. And when I did, that changed everything. That was a major turn in my life. And actually, that started almost like a domino effect that pulled me out of the military, pulled me into ministry, pulled me here to Liberty University back 24 years ago. No, 14 years ago. And then that kind of paved the way for who I am today. And there's been a lot of trials and tests, but God's always been faithful in taking care of me, and it's been amazing. So the military can affect different people in different ways. For me, one of the things that I loved about the military and I miss to this day is the teamwork and the fact that you have to rely on the person next to you. And I actually used to encourage people to try and think about it that way, especially either sports or some sort of activity like that, because we get into our Christian walk where so many times we think we have to do it alone. So somebody can't know about this sin, or I've got to do it on my own, or it's my problem, I need to deal with it. It's totally false. There's no way that we were created to be alone. And the fact is that those backgrounds that I've had in the military and everything else has shown me that I can be that team player, and I also need that team player. And so that's really been a big stronghold in my relationship and how I deal with people and my walk with God.